Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic, Volume 1, Episode 6. Today's puzzle is called Snake Egg, and it's an odd little beastie. And I am curious to know what you think of it once we get into it. So please leave a comment below and let us know if this is a puzzle type you're familiar with, and if not, what you think of it and whether the instructions were clear. And without further ado, let's get into the rules. Snake Egg is a shading puzzle in which we will shade some cells to form a non-intersecting path, which does not touch itself orthogonally, but may touch itself diagonally. That means, as you can see in this example, we can trace a path going horizontally and vertically through the grid, and it's okay if that path touches a corner of the path, but it can't touch on an edge, so this could not go one cell farther south. Circles mark the ends of the path, so these two circles indicate those are the start and finish of the path, wherever it goes. Exactly one orthogonally connected area of unshaded cells must exist of each size from the range given outside the grid, 1 to 4 in this example. So when you get a snake egg puzzle outside the grid, it's going to give you a range, which is 1 to 4 here, and we must have exactly one region of size 1, like this one right here, a 2, a 3, and a 4, and nothing else. Cells with numbers cannot be shaded and represent the size of the area they're in. So that's just saying that this 4 here must be in the region of size 4, wherever it is. This is not a restriction that says we couldn't have another 4 somewhere in the puzzle. It just means that if there were another 4, it would be part of that same 4-cell region. Those are all of the rules of Snake Egg, so let's get solving. Today's Snake Egg puzzle was set by Eric Fox, and I'm not positive about this, but I believe Eric is also the inventor of this genre, so should be a good one. To begin with, on a snake egg puzzle, the obvious thing we can do is mark the start and finish as shaded because those are givens. We also know that all these numbers are not part of the snake. Okay. So, we need exactly one region of each size from 1 to 7. The first thing I'm going to see is this 4 region calls out to me because a 4-cell region between these two, that includes these two cells, really doesn't have very many options. It could go that way, it could go up, or it could do that. Those are the only ways we can have a 4-cell region that includes both of these cells. They've got to be connected. And I can rule out 2 of those for various reasons. This one is very bad because it connects to this 7, so that's immediately out. This one is okay from that perspective, but it means that this cell right here will be shaded, and there's no way for that to be part of the snake. So actually that's out too. So this 4-cell region has to do that. And that is great because the snake is now going through here and must do that in order to continue in both directions. And we can do a little bit more with this snake. It's got to turn left here in order to continue. It's got to turn south here. And the snake can touch itself diagonally but not orthogonally. So that means that it can't loop back like that. That is not a legal snake placement in this puzzle genre. So it's got to keep on going. And because of that, we can color these as not having snake in them. and this one as well. This could be, because the snake can touch itself diagonally, but this can't be. The snake's got to keep going that way. So now let's look at this 7 clue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have been already taken up as part of that 7 region. So I'm going to ask the question of, how can this part connect to this part? I believe the answer, just from glancing at it, means that this cell has to be included, but let's prove that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 2 to play with. Could it do that? It could. So actually, my at a glance didn't work there. But we need at least 1 more cell taken up in order to connect here, at minimum. That means that we have at maximum 1 extra. And could it be this one? No, it couldn't, because then it would continue. Then we would be using up 2 cells of our 7, and we wouldn't be able to connect down here. So this right here has to be shaded. It has to be part of the snake. That's great, because in order for the snake to get in here, it's got to turn a corner right here, which makes this unshaded. It means the snake goes down a little bit further. From this, it could go up or it could go left. Those are both still viable. We don't know anything there. And we don't know anything about this yet, because this could be the 1 region, or it could go west and be part of the 6th region. We don't know that for sure. What are some other things that jump out at me? The 3 and the 5 here have to be different regions, so the snake has to go in between them, which means it's got to go up and down, and we've actually connected it to one end. So we can mark these cells as not having the snake in them because it's going up at this point. And at this point, it could go here or here legally, except for the fact that that ends the snake, and then we would never be able to get to these portions that we know are snake over here. So it doesn't go to either of those spots. It goes west, north, north. And this end of the snake has got to go north. Great. And even without thinking about it, we have, as a byproduct, completed the 3 region right there. Okay, this little dead end. Let's talk about that one. Can that go down and extend? No, it can't, because we've got 4 out of the 5 we're expecting in this region already. And if the 5th were there, then it would automatically be 6. So that's not going to happen. So this is actually snake. So the snake comes down here and then south. Means that's not snake. And it also means we've taken care of our 1 size region already. So there won't be another 1 size region in the grid. And so this is not a 1 size. It's got to go west to meet up with the rest of this 6 clue. So in fact, this is going to be 6 wide, or have an area of 6, excuse me. So the snake must go west across the top now, and it's got to meet up with this snake over here, and I believe there's only going to be one way for that to happen, but let's prove it. So this cell right here can't be by itself because we've already used up our 1. It could go north. 2 hasn't been used up, so it could be 2, but that would make this 6 not be big enough. So it's got to keep going, and now it has joined up with the 6, and in fact we have a size of 6, which is good because the snake now needs to connect with itself, like so. Great. So now we're starting to see this take shape, and this snake has to go south. This 5 clue needs to extend to have the full 5. So now the snake needs to go down here and through here. Okay, What do we have left? Well, let's see which regions we've accounted for. We've got our 1. We don't have a 2 yet. We've got our 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're working on 7. So we've got 2 and 7 to take care of. So there are a few ways we could progress here, but an obvious one is this little cul-de-sac here. We already know it can't be a 1. It's got to go east. We could also look at finishing up our 7 region, but that's a little bit harder to see, so I prefer the simpler one. So this has to go east, and now we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that means this is going to have to be filled in with snake, and that's going to leave us with our 2 region right there that we needed. And we'll finish up the snake, and that is the solution. So that is how you solve a snake egg. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and check out the description below for more free puzzles.